Thank you. Thank you. Friends, we've arrived at the fishing spot. After about 10 minutes of paddling, just look at this incredible place. We have sand here and the pools are to our right. Today we're going fishing and cooking. And why not try to find what we came looking for, the little Surubi. The rigs are already prepared from our last fishing trip. I shared how I prepare them in the previous video. Sliding weights, leader, hook, and that's all you need. I also brought a bobber for the bait. Friends, we're going to set the trap with a bit of bread, and I'll start casting with the cast net. Let's see how it goes. We need to gather bait because we plan to fish nearly all day. Look friends, I wanted to remind you about the opportunity to win 1 or 2 of these fishing kayaks in our giveaway group. We've already given away more than 10 of these to various parts of the country, all with free shipping included. Check it out, it's beautiful. In this case, it's a bit dirty from use, but you can see its features. You can carry items up front, and it has front and side handles, rod holders, and access to the interior. There's also a rear handle for storage. It's a super stable and beautiful kayak. I'll leave the link to the group in the description and comments. Let's make the first cast with a little fish I caught quickly using the minnow trap. Look, I left the gear here. The scenery is beautiful with the sand right there. It's an excellent spot for camping. I've shown this before, but just in case anyone is new, here's how I hook the minnow for fishing. It looks just like a lure. Alright friends, let's go with the first cast of the day. I don't have much room on this side. Here it goes. Friends, I went to grab a rod holder. I think we may have our first little fish. Oh no, it got away. Incredible. Well, there it goes. Good sign, there's a bite. I put a bell on it since I'm a bit far away. Now let's prepare the other 2 rods and keep fishing. I took some time in the kayak with one rod to cast into some backwaters and little pools I spotted as I arrived at this high bank area. Look. So far the bites have been slow, so let's see if we can find the first good bite of the morning. Check out these typical banks with pools. Alright, we found the spot. Let's stop here. And let's cast right there. The river is incredible. It's so calm, honestly. This is a total luxury. Well, here's our spot. Let's turn the kayak to face the water. Let's hope the current doesn't pull us too much. Wow, look at this place. It's beautiful. Friends, the bites are slow, but honestly, I can't complain. Enjoying some good meat while we wait patiently for the bites. I think there's a lot of humidity, maybe that's why, but so far, nothing is surfacing. So like I said, the bites haven't picked up yet. In a little while, I'll check the trap where I put a weight to keep it deeper. Let's see if we have some good bait for the rest of the fishing. But in the meantime, I'm just enjoying the view. Well, friends, the weight worked. Look. We have a good amount of minnows here. Look, friends, all the minnows we caught with the trap. So on that front, we can be assured we'll have bait. Well, I went to check the bobber and it seems something took it quite far away. Let's see if we have any fish here. Oh no, we don't have a single fish. What happened is that the bobber got cut. I might have to go look for it in the kayak. I'm starting to think it was the guy in the canoe accidentally. Maybe he didn't see it and cut it because... I don't think it was a fish, it was too heavy. Also, it looked like it had taken a lot. Maybe he hooked it accidentally. Here it is. Well, friends, first fish of the day. A little catfish. Well, it's going to stay for today's meal. I was preparing the other gear and noticed this one was getting some bites. For now, it seems like there are a lot of small fish because they are just nibbling, taking the bait off without getting hooked. Since I'm using a medium hook with a long shank to catch bigger fish, it's a bit challenging. Well, I think we have another bite. The fishing is taking a while to pick up. Here it comes, it seems nice. It's coming to me, a tarbon.
Look at the fight it's putting up.
Well, friends, if I'm not mistaken, we have another bite here. Wow, it's really pulling. I changed spots because I had a feeling about casting here, and well, we've hooked something. About 10 minutes have passed and I have one rod next to the other, and it seems like something is coming. As I've mentioned before, fishing requires searching because it has been slow so far. I'm on a very high bank. Whoa! Could it be a good one, Taru? It'll show itself soon. What do we have here? Incredible how it's coming in. It's a Surubi, folks. Well, finally, what I came to find. My first little Surubi from the shore, friends.
I can't believe it.
Let's figure out how to lift it because... Well, friends, I did it. After so much searching, I found what I came here for. I'll share with you and dedicate it to all my loyal subscribers. My first little Surubi from the shore. Look how beautiful. Well, folks, I quickly took some photos, and here we are with the little Surubi that is regaining strength to be released properly. Look at it, painted and beautiful with coastal minnows. Incredible, what a beautiful animal. It wants to go already. Look, I'm going to hold so it can swim away with a lot of strength. They hook instantly when they bite. Goodbye, Suru. Well, friends, finally, it's really nice. Now let's see if we can catch some bigger ones and continue sharing the fishing. Let's hope to catch something to eat because for now, we have the tarpon in the bag and the little catfish just in case we don't catch anything. We'll have to eat that. But it's only a little after 12, so there's still time. Look, it's super humid and super hot. And now I'm going to load the rod and head back to the spot. Well, I came to get this rod, and we also have a golden Dorado. Let's see if it didn't get away on the jump. No, here it comes. What's power? Let's see if it comes up. Well, friends, another species. Look at this beautiful Dorado. I had to come over here. It got off. It's quick. I had to come from over there to release it. Look, there it goes. I'm gonna share the little fishing spot where I just caught the little Surubi and the Dorado. Look, I'm about 2 meters away maybe. I was able to clean a bit here, but it's right here. I wanted to go further that way, but as you can see, it's impossible. So I decided to stay here, and I just refreshed the bait for this rod and the one over here. Well, we have another bite, friends. Wow, it's getting away from me. Wow. Incredible how it's swimming away. Maybe a pomfret. Yes, a pomfret. These fish are common in this weather, especially with this heat and whitebait. Impossible to resist. I have to slide from here. The bites are tough. We'll have to see if the pomfrets activate again. I had to go get more minnows because ironically when I had the most minnows there were no bites. So I was throwing out bait. Whoa, something's coming in here. How strange, wow. Another little Surubi, folks, and this one is a mini. How great. Please don't get away from me. Look how cute. So tiny. With a minnow. I dedicate this to Guido. Look. Well, here we are at the sandy area for the release of the little Surubi. Oh no, it's getting away. Oh, it slipped away. I couldn't stop it. Well, folks, that's the second little Surubi. There's some pool here or something because it's incredible how the bites change so quickly. This is the spot I passed with the kayak today when I came to try, and I didn't have luck earlier either. But well, I just caught a minnow. I've refreshed and thrown again with both rods. Whoa! While I was bringing something in, it attacked, probably a pomfret. Yes, a pomfret. It attacked the... What a shame, because I have very few minnows left. It attacked the bait while I was bringing it in. Look, they're very aggressive. They don't give me a break. When they come in like this towards the shore, well, this one didn't hook. Look, they tend to be pomfrets, but yes, definitely pomfrets. This is a clear example of what they do. Now about 20 minutes have passed, and we haven't caught any snapper. I had to cut the tarpon as an alternative. So we're going to keep trying with tarpon fillet because, as I mentioned a few days ago, while I was looking for the little surubi, a fisherman told me they were catching fish with tarpon fillet. So well, let's give it a shot now and continue fishing. I noticed that I don't have any firewood, but for me, fishing has taken precedence over food since I'm taking advantage of the bites. However, if I catch something to eat, I'll have to use the kayak to go across to the field and look for firewood. That way I can prepare something. Now it's clearing up and the situation here is getting worse. But as long as there are bites, I'll keep looking for the rest of some fish. We continue fishing, friends, after a good nap in the spot. I just caught a tarpon. Here it is, and I'm going to keep it for bait too. Because no more minnows came out since the pomfrets were very active. Look at the river. Let's see if we can catch another little surubi. I'll stick with that setup. I'm tired of cutting lines. So let's see if I can make it with that setup. Well, here's another little bite. Looks like a tarpon or a pomfret. Let's see if we can catch a minnow for the bait because I saw that at this hour they're going to activate. This looks like a good tarpon, I think. If I'm not mistaken, no, it's a pomfret. Let's make a cast with the bobber, and then we'll check the trap to see if we have fresh minnows. It is unbelievably hot out here. I also forgot to mention that in the fishing and camping gear group, you can participate for equipment like this and many fishing and camping items. As you know, I've already given away hundreds of prizes across the country. So if you're interested, you'll find the link to the group in the description. Look at that storm in the distance. Well, now I need to say goodbye and thank you, as always, for watching and for being part of this. I hope you enjoyed this new kayak fishing trip, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and for being part of this. Until next time, folks.